I wasn't the most confident person at all. I wasn't confident in my skin. But as I grew up, I realized it's really the only way to be. You can't just keep pitying yourself. I literally drew from my own personal experience, because there was that point in life where I realized that I can't be this person anymore. And I need to get out of my comfort zone, and I need to be authentic to myself and work on myself in order to live a happier life. Hi, my name is Devyani Shorey and you're watching me on Now Streaming on Radio City.
Hello friends, today we have with us Devyani Shorey aka Namrata from Mismatched. So tell us, was this your first OTT experience?
It was my first any kind of experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never
You've done ads, right?
Before Mismatched, when I got the first season, I'd done like 1 or 2 ads.
Right.
But yeah, that was really nothing compared to this. It was just, 2-3 seconds.
Okay.
So this was my first proper acting experience.
Understanding your character properly,
Yeah.
imbibing it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you think the show has evolved from the first season on to the second?
Well, I think one major point is that this time the characters are really well explored as compared to the first season. I think every character has a certain arc that the writers have tried to follow and also develop. The first season, of course, we were introducing the characters. We were still getting to know them. The second one is definitely, you know the characters by now. Now you're trying to understand who they really are, as opposed to season 1. That was a very brief introduction. So I think that's the main point of difference between the first and second season. Also, we had 2 new characters, and yeah.
Okay, I've actually pretty much started from season 2.
I know.
And, found out that you're acting in it. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this, and yeah, that's how I started. So my bad there. But yes, definitely there has been a lot of themes that have been explored in the show.
Right.
So personally for you, how was it playing a character from the queer community?
To be honest, I didn't think of it like that.
Okay.
For me, Namrata was more than just being gay.
Absolutely.
It wasn't an integral part of her personality, even though the show has portrayed it to be that way. It's something that we focus on as viewers. But when I got the part, I tried to understand Namrata and her internal struggles. I didn't really pay too much attention to the fact that she liked women. That's how I kind of looked at the character, because it's not something which is so strange. Lots of people swing both ways, or like men or women. So for me, the way I understood Namrata was more about how she dealt with her own insecurities, her own relationships, and how she tried to navigate through all of those moments of her life that were quite path-breaking in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a lot more about, it's very well put what you said. It's looking at the character and the person as they are, as
Absolutely.
as a human being.
Yeah.
Most importantly, because most people do have their own insecurities, they have their own issues. It's just that her current predicament right now is to accept herself.
Exactly.
Right.
She kind of has accepted herself. The challenge lies when other people have to accept her.
Right.
Because even though we say that, doesn't matter, but her own parents don't even know. She's known ever since she was a child that she likes women. So she has that acceptance. Okay. She's told her best friend. But I think the struggle is more about letting other people know, because she doesn't feel safe.
Fair.
That's the real challenge with her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, actually, this one's pretty much on me for starting from season 2. So that's why I've looked at most.
Should I give you a quick recap?
Namrata, yes, quick recap.
Okay, so basically Rishi and Namrata are best friends. Rishi played by Rohit Saraf. Namrata is gay, and she's always known this. Her parents don't know it because she comes from a very conservative family. And so she's hidden it from her parents, from everyone else. The only person who knows is Rishi. She's comfortable in her skin. She knows she's gay. But then what happens is that she tells Rishi that she's gay. Obviously, he knows about it. He tells Dimple, and somehow it gets out. So now people know, and the challenge is that everyone knows, and she didn't want to come out, but she's forced to. And then in second season, of course, her parents find out, and then it's that whole confrontation with them.
There were so many themes that you had to explore as a character, right? Which is, of course, homosexuality, lack of parental approval, public scrutiny. And so, out of these, what did you find the most challenging to portray?
It was definitely lack of parental approval, because I feel you can still navigate through all of those things as long as your parents support you. It's fairly easy. But when you know that your parents are not going to accept you for who you are, is the hardest thing in the world. And fortunately, Namrata's mother did accept her. Accept her in the sense she made her peace with it that my daughter's gay, but her father would never. So that was very challenging, because I come from a family where my parents are very, very accepting of who I am. Even if I were gay, they'd be absolutely fine with it. But it was a complete shift in dynamic between my parents and I. It was very hard to do those scenes, because I couldn't imagine what it would be like for someone who didn't get that approval. So it was really that.
Fair. I mean, most of acting, people try to draw from the experiences that they've had, and if you've not had them, then becomes all the more difficult. So, being a young actor, did you have any mentors on set that helped you navigate through your role?
So I did go to acting school in 2019. I went to Actor Prepares, Anupam Kher's acting school. And I absolutely loved my experience there. I had a lot of fun, and I met two great, of course, all the teachers were nice. But two of my favorite teachers, Suraj sir and Paresh sir, they're always my mentors, and I always look up to them for everything they've taught me. And I don't know, whenever I'm stuck in a situation and I don't know what to do, I always reach out to them.
So you've done an absolutely phenomenal job in terms of starting from a timid character to someone who's accepting herself, then coming out, being forced to come out, but accepting that, and then it was like this transition from someone timid to someone a lot more self-assured. So how did you manage to bring that range into your character?
I drew it from my personal experience. So when I was in school, when I was growing up, I was very shy, extremely shy. I couldn't talk. That's how shy I was. And I'd actually moved from Bangalore to Delhi in the 7th grade. And I remember school was hell for me, because first of all, when you move, in the 7th grade, it's hard as it is. But yeah, I didn't really get along with the people, and I really struggled with accepting myself, because I wasn't the most confident person at all. I wasn't confident in my skin. But as I grew up, I realized it's really the only way to be. You can't just keep pitying yourself. And I used to do a lot of that when I was a kid. And it took a lot of good friends to make me realize my worth. A lot of counseling, a lot of working on myself, whether it was working out or studying or just having hobbies that helped me feel better about myself. All of these things combined together made me feel more confident of who I was. And so by the time I was in the 11th or 12th grade, or even came to college, I was a very different person from who I was in the 7th grade. So I literally thought of that arc when I was given the script for season 2, and I was thinking how I'm going to do it, because the last scene, can I give spoilers?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I should have watched it by now.
Yes, please watch it. So, end of season 2 is when Namrata realizes she can't be home with her parents. Her dad's never going to accept it. She doesn't want to live like that anymore. So she makes a decision that she's going to move to Delhi to be with her girlfriend and figure it out. And so when I read the script, that's very unlike Namrata, because she's very sheltered, very protected, comes from a conservative family. And so when I went through the script, I really thought of how I would do that scene. Now I wanted to make sure it's not sensationalized. I didn't want it to look like, oh, she's just like changed as a person. No, it's very subtle. It's coming from within, and she's realizing that she can't be who she is. She needs to be stronger for herself. And I literally drew from my own personal experience, because there was that point in life where I realized that I can't be this person anymore. And I need to get out of my comfort zone, and I need to be authentic to myself and work on myself in order to live a happier life.
Who was your favorite character from the show, apart from
Season 2, Taruk.
Taruk?
Absolutely loved him. I remember watching it and I couldn't believe what I saw, because of course he was great in season 1 as well. But I think his character was so well written this time, and what he's done with it is just impeccable. I remember watching it and just picked up my phone and sent him a message. I'm like, Taruk, you've killed it this time. I'm a fan. I hope he does really, really well after this, because
oh yeah, definitely looks like he will, and he does so much stuff.
He does so much stuff already, but I'm a proper fan. And Vidya, she's my all-time favorite. She's, I think, extremely real and authentic, and it comes across on screen also. The way she's portrayed Zenith, I think it's made for her. There's nobody else in this world who could have done a better job. So Vidya is my all-time, and Taruk is my current favorite from season 2. Also, oh god, too many favorites. I also really like Aisha's character. She brings a lot of spunk into Namrata's life. And even Selena, because Selena brings a lot, Muskan brings a lot to Mismatched. I think she's done a fabulous job.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Individual performances definitely have been
Absolutely.
quite good.
Yeah.
And people have really shown some sort of authenticity to their characters.
True.
I guess the various themes that are explored needs characters that will be authentic to the role.
Exactly.
And I guess the casting has been done very right in that sense.
Yeah.
Like you've picked the right people for the right roles.
True.
So
Even like Muskan, she's very similar to Selena. She's very vibey and fun and spunky, very spontaneous. And Priya, who's playing Aisha, is also like Aisha in a way, in a weird way, because she has that quality about her. She can make another person feel really good in their own skin. Because I have spent a lot of time with Priya, and she's just got this energy about her. She'll make everyone feel very comfortable. And Aisha essentially does that to Namrata.
right.
So everyone's pretty much done a superb job.
Yeah, I mean that whole post-heartbreak kind of a thing where Aisha comes in and very
And-
making things light.
Yeah, and Namrata is mesmerized. That's how I also
Yeah.
was when I saw Priya.
Was there any moment from the show, like any like a particular memory that you would take back, like you look back at it, probably laugh about it or something, like some chaos or something that happened, like a fun anecdote from the shoot?
The most fun anecdote is that we used to get the best food on set. And I'm telling you, the Ramdev Dada, who was the head chef,
Right.
he spoilt us, and how. I'm not kidding you. After I went back home from shoot, I was missing shoot ka khana so much, which doesn't happen because you end up missing home food. But he just did such a wonderful job. For me, the highlight is the food that I got on set, and he would make us pastas and pizzas, and he's so cute. I would tell him, Ramdev Dada, kal rajma bana dijega, and he'd be like, haan, theek hai. And then I'd go on set, and actually there would be rajma. That, and a scene from the show that was a standout moment for me was this scene between Rishi and Namrata, where Rishi's come to meet her, and she gives him this little chit of a drawing that she's made of him and Namrata and Rishi. That was a very beautiful scene in my opinion, because it made me very emotional when I was shooting that scene, because for me Mismatched is essentially about Namrata and Rishi's friendship. For me, of course, everyone has a different way of looking at it, but the one thing that I really take from it is how important a good friend's role is in your life. And so shooting that made me very emotional, and I think it's come out also very well.
Yes, yeah, true,
So-
definitely. I mean, the whole assurance and validation
Yeah.
and stuff is what a person needs in order to be able to be comfortable in their own skin, like you said.
True. And also season 1 ended on not a very good note between Namrata and Rishi, because she was very hurt that he told someone else. So this moment was, her letting go of that
Right.
and just being okay with it.
So apart from Mismatched, is there anything else you're currently working on? What's next for Devyani?
Well, I'm auditioning. Let's see. I'm hoping something works out. But no, nothing in the pipeline as of now.
Nothing in the pipeline.
Yeah.
But would you like to now probably try out working in a film, or would you want to go for an OTT experience?
That's the goal, right? Everyone
That's the
wants to
goal,
do
of course.
films. But for me, it's not really that much about films or shows. I think it's the same thing, acting is acting, whether you're doing it for a show or a movie. But I want to do characters that are very different from Namrata, starkly different. I want to play maybe like a badass or something like that.
More an Aisha than an Namrata.
I mean, like psychotic roles would,
Okay, that
something absolutely batshit crazy. I would love to do that.
nice.
Aisha is still,
Probably cast you in a Sat Khun Maaf reboot or something.
yeah, something like that, like a Gone Girl remake.
Yeah, why not?
Or maybe something like You. you know, Victoria Pedretti's role in You. I love it. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that could be fun.
You know, I feel like every person has every character hidden in them. Even if you're playing a murderer, there's some part of you that's wanted to kill someone.
At some point, yes, of course.
So we all have all of these characters. You just have to kind of channel it.
Yeah, we all have exes, I know, so. I'm gonna get killed for this.
No, I like my exes. They're fairly nice people.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyway, good note to end the interview. I think before I get myself into more trouble. So anyway, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely had a great time interviewing you.
Me too.
Looking forward to see you on screen a lot more.
I hope so. Soon. Thank you. For more such interviews, subscribe to Radio City.
Radio City.